Oh, I know you have goosebumps. It's the biggest game on CBS this Sunday when the undefeated Chiefs head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. It's a game that never lets us down. For years, these two AFC contenders have fought to keep pace with one another. You know, we say it's week 11 of the 2024 NFL season, but it may just be better put like this. It's Bills Chiefs week. This is what Andy Reid has to say about it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You said you don't have a timetable here, but you are expecting him back at some point?
Yeah.
What do you guys like about the new guy?
Yeah, he's got a very strong leg, and he's done well. He ended up, they used him, obviously, elevated him at the Jets. So they had a couple kickers there, and obviously they favored him.
Any particular challenges for a young guy coming in late in the week to do this job?
I don't think as much of that as just being a young guy in this situation. I mean, but the kid's traveled around the world here a little bit, playing soccer, and has a strong leg, and he kicked at Notre Dame last year, so it's not the first big crowd he'll be in front of, so I think he'll be all right.
Andy, can you describe just the confidence that you've had in Harrison and how that's maybe affected, particularly like late game scenarios, the Bengals, you kind of know that?
Yeah, listen, I mean, he's done phenomenal. He's a great kicker. I mean, arguably going to be a Hall of Fame kicker going forward. And so, no, it's great. But again, we welcome this kid in and give him a shot. So,
Coach, is it still the same as it was commending you in the Checo another week, and
yes.
Optimism for Juju?
Yeah, and both those guys, I thought did a nice job with this week. They were working on a scout team and moved around well, so they'll be listed as out. And then Juju's had a good week. So as our other guys have in preparation against a good football team.
You've had quite a few guys get hurt. You have to deal with that all the time. I mean, you always just kind of focus down and just don't worry about that stuff. Does it feel like this is more than normal? I mean, now you've got one of your best players kind of getting hurt in practice. I mean, how do you just deal with that as an organization?
As a coach, you go forward. I mean, that's what you do. And so you don't sit there and let that stall you. You move forward and you stay optimistic with it. So in this case, I don't really know the kid, but I look forward to seeing him do his thing. And he's supposed to be a pretty good player.
Coach, you mentioned not really knowing him. Does that change? Does that change things for you in game?
No. We're gonna let him kick.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right.
It's the biggest game of the year, and both Andy Reid and head coach for the Bills, Sean McDermott, know it. It's only week 11, but this game feels like it's a playoff game. As you take a look at the AFC playoff picture currently, both quarterbacks in this matchup, in Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, both really control their own destiny when it comes to the playoffs. For more on this game, let's go ahead and welcome in our own Bryant McFadden to break it all down. B-Mac, it is so great to see you. Chiefs, 9-0 in the season, literally taking all 9 lives that they have. And some way, they might have another 8 just stashed away to cover them for the rest of the regular season. Who knows? But is that going to be enough to get it done this weekend?
Well, clearly they have what it takes. You talk about the pedigree, being able to win ball games in an ugly style. That has been the Chiefs so far this season. So when you talk about this matchup, this is a rivalry, and you don't usually see a rivalry take place between two teams that are not in the same division. But when you look at the playoff implications that's always at stake anytime these two teams face off, when you look at the similarities that both quarterbacks have, high regards in the National Football League, these two teams know each other fairly well. The experience that they have in the coaching, on the coaching side of things, that's important. So these two teams know each other fairly well. But when you're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, Jordan, it's imperative to make sure you cut the head off the snake. Do not get complacent. Don't get relaxed, because even when they're out, they're not out until there's zeros left on the clock. We saw that a week ago against the Denver Broncos. So this is a team where you actually have to play 5 quarters against. because they're never out of it.
Yeah, definitely not a game you can just squeak by and get the win, which is kind of what the Chiefs have been able to do, especially offensively, just continue to find ways to win. As for the Bills, we do know, B-Mac, that they will be shorthanded. Josh Allen will be without two of his weapons on offense. That's Dalton Kincaid and Keon Coleman. Where else will they have to look in terms of players to step up?
Well, Khalil Shakur is a guy who's been around for quite some time within the organization. I believe Josh Allen trusts what he can do in the passing attack. Hopefully they get Amari Cooper back. That would be a big time plus. But one thing I would like to highlight, let's go back to the matchup in 2023, right? Buffalo traveled to Kansas City. Buffalo won by 3 points. The leading receiver for the Buffalo Bills was James Cook. He was tied with the lead in receptions with 5, but he also led them in receiving yards, over 80 yards. So if you look at how they attacked the Kansas City Chiefs in that matchup, they highlighted James Cook in favorable matchups, running routes out of the backfield, and there lies an opportunity for them to kind of jumpstart a fast start on the road against Kansas City. Now, knowing that Josh Allen won't have 2 big-time pass catchers for his offense, I can easily see them implementing the running backs in the passing game. Dawson Knox is still there. He's a guy who's been around for quite some time. He understands what it means for them to be successful. He knows how to create separation. But I'm looking at a guy like James Cook, because if you look at what they did last year, James Cook was causing a lot of havoc, catching passes out of the backfield, and he kind of jumpstart all of their positive efforts on the offensive side.
Yeah, he'll definitely be a huge part in terms of somebody who needs to step up for this Bill squad. I can't let you go without talking about the quarterback matchup that we have. You know, this is a great team matchup, of course, but this quarterback matchup between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, it got us thinking, okay, what is the better quarterback duel if you look at it? Allen Mahomes or Brady and Manning, B-Mac?
Oh,
I know.
This is a tough one. It's almost like trying to pick your favorite kid. Like, who do you love more, the first or the one who was born, you know, in between, the middle, or the last, right? This is the tough one. And these two duos, they're so similar, because remember, Tom Brady had 3 Super Bowls under his belt before Peyton won his first, right? And it looked like Tom Brady was just kind of taking everything by storm. And then, of course, Peyton Manning kind of surfaced. For Josh Allen, in this battle, Josh Allen is who Peyton Manning was. Pat Mahomes is who Tom Brady was. So if I had to pick, oh my
You have
goodness.
to.
You know what? I'm going to be a bit biased. I'm picking the guys I played against because I saw them up close and personal. I'm picking Tom Brady. I'm picking Peyton Manning. I legit saw how deadly they could be in many, many opportunities, and it wasn't fun going against those two guys. I'll say this, Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen combined clearly are more athletic than Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. But just the above the shoulder game that both players displayed with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, it was something that you couldn't prepare for. So I'll take the duo that I played against, because I saw how efficient they can be up close and personal. And I didn't like those battles.
Yeah, I bet not. That's fair. Listen, B-Mac hates to see me coming because he knows I'm going to put him on the spot. Listen, I'm going to ask you this same question when it's all said and done and these two guys call it a career. How about that?
That sounds fair.
All right, sounds good. B-Mac, thanks so much for joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. We break down a huge slate in the NFL this Sunday. It kicks off in that 1 o'clock hour. How about this huge matchup in the AFC North? We've got the Ravens heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, but you know it's the biggest game of the week. Kickoff slated for 4:25 on CBS. Chiefs at Bills. You don't want to miss it. You could also stream on Paramount Plus.